ProcessSense hugely valuable to us. Our internal recruitment time to hire has dropped by 13 days since we've launched ProcessSense with Oracle. That is because that QA process removes SLAs, and the system does it within 30 seconds, whereas it used to take 2.5 to 3 days at times to do. Again, completing that information correct first time is massively, so forms aren't having to be sent back and recompleted. We really can know that it's working first time, and it set us on that journey to full automation. My role at the Home Office is I'm one of our continuous improvement leads within resourcing. So my focus is very much on how we can digitise processes, automate them, use technology a lot better to support the recruitment journey within the Home Office. Was there a challenge that we were facing before ProcessSense? The reason we moved to Oracle with ProcessSense was because we changed our recruitment strategy. So rather than having the majority of our recruitment through one supplier, we diversified that. So we moved to 3 different suppliers, of which one was our own internal processes, which is where we've then utilised ProcessSense. And that was just to build that resilience. If we have too much recruitment or there's that volume's there, we're not impacted by only having one supplier. We can spread things across. What we then worked with Oracle, with Rossera, was then how do we build that internal platform, and how can we then benefit from not having SLAs with our other suppliers, and what can we do to push the boundaries a bit more, because our other supplier was a large organisation and had their processes. We wanted to test those boundaries and see what we could do differently. Yeah, so as a public sector organisation, we're constrained by specific rules on how we recruit, most of those being fair, open and merit-based recruitment. That provides its own challenges, and you have to have systems that work in a specific way to allow you that. So in how we score candidates is quite different, and whereas Oracle could provide a large amount of that, there are some gaps in for what we needed in their core product. That's where Rossera came in and really built on that Oracle product to give us those additional benefits. It helps with recruitment in general, and it helps in the same way with both single vacancies and bulk, in that with the core Oracle product, when we launched 15 months ago now, there was no bulk uploader for sift and interview scores, as an example. The core product was you did candidates one at a time, where we're getting 300, 400, 500 applicants for a single vacancy. You need that extra enhancements of bulk uploaders. That meant then by using ProcessSense as that bulk uploader, we could then have other integrations from ProcessSense to Oracle that would then automatically move candidates as well. Very good, really good, really beneficial for us. The team we worked with, that we still work with today, they listened, they heard, they understood what our needs were. There were some things we asked for that wasn't possible, always the way, but there was other things where the team actually came and said, well, actually we can do this as well, and we could do this in this other way that we didn't think maybe it could do. So really well, we were really happy with the service that we've got. Do they see it as a separate system? For my team who understand it, yes, we understand it's 2 separate systems. Because of the way it's been built and integrated, and it looks and feels the same as Oracle, for our core vacancy holders, line managers who are running that, they don't actually see a difference because it does look and feel the same. Again, another really good benefit. Yeah, so ProcessSense really supports us, as I said, with our sift and interview scoring system. So it gives an initial assessment, a QA, on those scores to make sure everything's in a merit order. We've recently launched, so that we originally just launched that for internal recruitment. We've just released another version of that for recruitment that we do with one of our partners. So it will do all those QAs that we had to do manually previously for us. It gives us then an output that we can take straight to that supplier and put straight into their system. So there's no moving from one spreadsheet to another. The ProcessSense does that all for us. The other key area that it really supports us with is our new entrant forms. Again, that's for recruitment with our supplier. So we've got integrations that feed into ProcessSense, so that all of our new joiners, once they've passed their security clearances, they feed into ProcessSense, and our new entrant forms are then within ProcessSense. The real benefit of that is, one, the form is dynamic, so different candidates for us need different questions being asked. The ProcessSense form that we've got adjusts based off of previous questions, so vacancy holders again only see what they need to see. And the other key thing that's really been a benefit for us is, again, because ProcessSense works hand in hand with Oracle, it can take drop-down lists straight from the core HR Oracle system. So we know all of those drop-down lists are always up to date, they're always correct. That really helps us. So before we had ProcessSense, we had about a 60% error rate because lots of things had to be typed in manually, and then when it went to our HR provider, if things didn't match perfectly, it would be classed as an error. Now, because we've got the drop-down lists all synced, that error rate has dropped to about 12%, certainly within the 10 to 15% range. Really beneficial there, so we're getting more things happening first time perfectly. So from launch, we saw it within a couple of months. We knew from the design and working with the team, we knew that this would be a big step up for us in that outcome of addresses may not have been correctly typed in. That will generate an error. We know now we've got a list of them. So having ProcessSense QA those sift and interview results, we're taking the human element out and giving that to a system. In the same way with our new entrant forms, we're taking people having to manually QA things out, having a system do it for us by saying, well, you can only pick a location for that person to work in if it's a location confirmed in the system. You can only pick a line manager if they're in the core HR system. So it really helps us with that, ensuring that we are compliant with the recruitment principles. The visibility for hiring managers is improved through, again, ProcessSense working with other Oracle environments. So being able to report on that data, being able to track that data in our reporting dashboards, having that data being passed into the data warehouse, we then can set up dashboards so a manager can track. We have integrations so that as soon as that new entrant form is submitted to our core HR team, an email gets generated to the line manager that says, this is your service request number if you need to follow this up. So all of that previously would have been manual. So by having ProcessSense, by having Oracle and them working as they do together, it just means we've been able to reduce a lot of manual interventions, which means we can add value in other places. Again, I'll break it down into that experience of launching into two sections. There's the resourcing part of the team that I'm in. So for us, it was straight away. It's on system. It's different, but still similar because we've kept all the questions as they were. But we could understand straight away that actually we know that the data within that is going to get better. Within outside of resourcing, so our customers in effect, it was a bit more of a change for them because it was all launched within a lot of other things. So our whole internal recruitment moved at the same time. It was a lot different for them. but it didn't take long for them to start seeing the benefits either, in terms of, we're reducing email traffic. You can still have other people complete it because you can pass a new entrant form to different people. And those recruiters that have, and vacancy holders that have done a lot of recruitment, straight away saw the benefits of, oh, I've got lists, the form's dynamic, the form changes, it's not asking me questions that I don't need to answer anymore. They really picked up on that quickly. And now, 15 months on, I think it's been embedded really well. There's a lot of take up. It's a continuous process of evolution, working on it and taking us to the next steps, which again, the team have been absolutely great with us on. And the form has really helped that, working with the business and our customers to, as I said, get things right, get HR records created quicker, and has put us on a journey. Working with the ProcessSense team has been great. They're always there. They're always available to us. We can contact them. I have many times said, I've got an idea. Is it possible? What would we need to do to do that? Sometimes the ideas get shut down, as they rightly should. Sometimes the team they take things on. We've got a really good relationship with them. If there's any queries either way, it's just a quick call or a quick email to check. Wouldn't say I have any negatives with them at all. Really positive. We work like we're one team. And I think that's the key thing, is we may be separate, but we work together. We work as one team on things. And that goes down, that is what's the real benefit. It's really changed. So as part of that strategy of diverging our recruitment, ProcessSense has really supported that. That we wouldn't have been possible without ProcessSense. Forms and systems and links and integrations that have really supported that. And we're seeing now more and more recruitment being done internally rather than through our other suppliers. So the overall systems are working. As we said, we've pushed out the boundaries of that, of actually we know ProcessSense has worked for our internal sift and interview QAing. Can it work elsewhere? And once we've looked at it and we've built it and said we've got other things attached to it, and it's worked in that situation as well. So it can work, not just with Oracle. It can do things that can work outside of Oracle as well. Again, really good. A couple of issues in testing, which you expect. With this, it's a major technical program. But again, working with the team, got over those really quickly. Some of them were on a call, and the team in the background were testing things, and by the end of the call had said, oh yeah, we fixed that already. Other things needed longer, but really successful. That with some other ProcessSense work as well, for some other processes, all delivered on time, and are out there being used for us. It has, yes. So we're being able to support and provide that added value to support other teams a lot more. So whether that's supporting them with setting up interviews and actually sitting on interview panels as examples, really helped us deliver in those areas, but also be able to take on more different types of work within the resourcing space. So you'd be able to utilise that time that it's freed up to do other work that we wouldn't have been able to do before. So we have one that's ongoing at the moment, which is to automate, using the ProcessSense form, the new entrant form, to automate the building of a HR record for our new joiners. So at the moment, our HR team manually key that form in for every new joiner. The aim is that we will move that hopefully in the next 3 to 4 months. We'll move that to a process whereby once it's the form's been completed and checked over by the resourcing function, that will instantly create about 80 to 90% of the HR record. before it sends the rest of the form to our HR supplier to finish. And the only bits that we're not automating are things that either the HR supplier have to do themselves, so calculate salaries or things like that, or they're really technical and they differ from a candidate to a candidate, so it's very difficult to automate them. But we think that can create those HR records. At the moment, there's an SLA attached to that. We think we can sort of cut that SLA down quite a lot, get those HR records created quicker, therefore a person can start quicker. So yeah, the data security works really well. ProcessSense, we're able to send out forms to specific people, and they can only be reassigned a set number of times. So the form can't be sent out to 30 different people to complete. It can only go there. The data held within it, then once that form is complete, gets stored into our data warehouse. Again, access to that is extremely limited, and then we can then create dashboards and control who has access to that data. So again, it's again going back to that ProcessSense, working with the wider Oracle package to give us access to information that we wouldn't have been able to get just with Oracle, and protect just with Oracle. But the systems talk to each other. They talk to each other regularly, passing information backwards and forwards. So it couldn't have happened without ProcessSense working with Oracle. Yeah, in terms of value, ProcessSense hugely valuable to us. Just as a metric, our internal recruitment time to hire has dropped by 13 days since we've launched ProcessSense with Oracle. That is because that QA process removes SLAs, and the system does it within 30 seconds, whereas it used to take 2.5, 3 days at times to do. Again, completing that information correct first time is massively, so forms aren't having to be sent back and recompleted. We really can know that it's working first time, and it set us on that journey to full automation that we think will be even more valuable. It has delivered a cost saving financially as well, but I can't go into what that details are. But it is significant for the department, which again, another real benefit through that. But as I said, it's giving us that flexibility of a recruitment model that we didn't have before. It's also given all of that really rich data that we have stored internally. It works with Oracle really well. For us, we couldn't have got where we got to without ProcessSense. Working with the team, and said we've got the project at the moment. We've also got already got a couple of things that we think, could we do this after? That we're just parking for now. But there are things of can we do this? Is the art of the possible there? The team are really open to that. Can I ask you this? And can we just have a look at this? And is this possible? Yeah, and that's what's good for us is that ideas, and they come to us with ideas at times as well, or they'll say, well, you want this, we need a text for that. We've drafted this. Is this fine, or do you need edits to it? So it takes that little bit of pressure off of me and my team, because we're a very small team. So just having that relationship, and they understand what we're looking for. It's massive to have somebody that understands what you want.